All right, today we're talking about the journey of AI, from the simple chatbots we all use to something, well, a lot more like a real teammate. We're going to break down the 3 key levels that are making this happen, turning these tools into truly autonomous partners. So let's just dive right in.
Okay, so you've definitely been here, right? You're using ChatGPT or some other AI, and it's helpful, but only up to a point. Ever wish it could do more, like actually check your calendar for you or look up your past orders? Do stuff in the real world instead of just talking? Well, that feeling, that exact limitation is what's pushing this incredible evolution forward.
All right, so let's start at square one. Level 1, the AI you already know and use every day. We're talking about the large language model, or you've heard it a million times, the LLM. This is the bedrock, the foundation for basically every AI app out there.
The easiest way to think about an LLM is, it's the brain. It's the engine under the hood of ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, you name it. An LLM is at the heart of it. You feed it a prompt, and it just dives into this massive ocean of data it was trained on to spit out an answer. It's kind of like a search engine on steroids, right? It doesn't just give you a list of links, it actually puts together a coherent answer for you.
But, and this is the big but, there's a huge catch. LLMs are totally passive. They literally just sit there, like a car with the engine off, waiting for you to turn the key. They don't know you. They can't see your files. They have no idea what's happening in the world right now. And the most important part, they can't take any initiative. They just wait. And that's exactly why we had to evolve to the next level.
So, that brings us neatly to level 2, AI workflows. This is our first real attempt at giving that powerful but passive brain a set of instructions, a recipe really, to get things done in the real world.
And I'm not kidding about that recipe analogy. A workflow is exactly like a recipe for a cake. You write out the steps, one by one, in a very specific order, and the AI follows them to the letter. No improvisation, no creativity. It's just about giving the AI a very, very specific job.
Let's take a simple example, like ordering dinner. You could set up a workflow that goes something like this. Step 1, connect to my Uber Eats account. Step 2, look through my order history and find only the restaurants I've given 5 stars to. And Step 3, suggest one of those for dinner tonight. Simple, right? And it works. Flawlessly. As long as that is exactly what you want.
But what happens the moment you feel a little adventurous? You ask, hey, how about something new tonight? And boom, the whole thing just falls apart. It breaks. Why? Well, because find something new wasn't in the recipe. The workflow is brittle. It's rigid. It literally cannot think outside the little box we drew for it.
Okay, and a quick sidebar, because you might have heard this acronym flying around. RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. Sounds super fancy, right? It's not. It's just the technical term for one of those recipe steps. In our dinner example, RAG is simply the part where the AI looks up your order history. That's it. It's a tool in a workflow, not a whole new level of AI.
So here's the main takeaway for level 2. With workflows, guess who's still doing all the real thinking? You are. You're the project manager. You have to figure out the steps, connect all the dots, and if it doesn't work right, it's on you to go back and fix the recipe. The AI isn't really thinking. It's just a really good employee following your very specific instructions.
And that leads us to where things get really interesting. Welcome to level 3 AI agents. This is the game changer. This is what happens when the AI stops being the employee and starts being the manager. You're taking the human, you, out of the driver's seat and letting the AI take the wheel. And honestly, the difference here is night and day. A workflow, the human is in charge, writing that strict recipe. An agent, the AI is in charge. You don't give it a recipe, you give it a goal, and it figures out the recipe all by itself. This is the leap from just using a tool to having a genuine teammate. So how on earth does it do that? Well, agents basically have 3 superpowers. Superpower number 1 is the ability to reason. An agent doesn't just blindly follow instructions. It looks at the context. It thinks. It might look at your order history and say, whoa, this guy has ordered sushi 20 times in a row. Maybe, just maybe, I should suggest something different tonight, even though he keeps rating sushi 5 stars. Superpower number 2 is the ability to act. This is huge. An agent takes initiative. It doesn't just spit out the name of a restaurant. It might decide all on its own, you know what, before I suggest this place, I should probably check Google Maps to make sure it's actually open. And while I'm at it, I'll skim the latest Yelp reviews to see if it's still good. It does things without being asked.
And the final superpower, number 3, is the ability to iterate. This is another massive one. It means the agent can self-correct. It has quality control. So if it finds a restaurant that seems good, but then it reads the reviews and they're just kind of meh, it doesn't just give you that mediocre option. No way. It goes back to the drawing board, finds a better one, and only then does it bring the final improved result to you.
All right, so just like we pulled the curtain back on RAG, let's do the same for another term you might hear, React. It sounds complex, but it's one of the most popular ways to build these agents, and the name gives it all away. It's just a combination of those first two superpowers we talked about, the power to reason plus the power to act. That's it, React.
Okay, so ordering dinner is a fun example, but this agent stuff sounds a little theoretical, right? Let's ground this in a really powerful, real-world example to see what this technology actually unlocks.
Think about something like wildfire detection. I mean, it's literally impossible for people to sit and watch thousands of cameras in remote forest 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It just can't be done. But an AI agent, it can. It can monitor every single camera feed simultaneously and use its reasoning ability to analyze the images and ask, is that just a little morning fog, or is that the very first sign of a massive wildfire? And this is where the human role totally shifts. You're no longer the micromanager writing a step-by-step recipe. You become more of a director or a guide. You don't tell the agent how to spot a fire. You give it a clear goal with guardrails. For instance, your job is to alert the local fire department, but, and this is important, only do it if you are at least 85% certain that this is a real wildfire. You set the mission, and the agent handles the entire execution.
Okay, so we've gone on quite a journey here, right? All the way from a passive brain in a jar to a fully autonomous system. Let's just quickly recap those 3 levels one more time.
First up, level 1, the LLM. That's the brain. You ask, it answers. Simple. Then, level 2, the workflow. That's the recipe follower. You create a detailed plan, and it follows your instructions perfectly. And finally, level 3, the agent. This is the independent thinker. You just give it a goal, and it figures out how to get there all by itself.
And that, right there, is really the heart of it. We're shifting away from a world where we have to be the programmers, the micromanagers, telling the AI every single step, to a world where we just have to be the visionaries, the ones who set the goal. So that leaves a pretty massive question on the table for you to think about. Now that the AI can figure out the steps, what goal would you